What's up, y'all? Connor from Rock Pokemon here. Happy New Year. It's been a minute since we've done a face cam video, but as you can see, got my Bills gear on. Bills just had a big win today. Man, awesome season. Crazy fun. But anyway, wanted to just do a little recap video today of some of my 2023 goals, some things that have gone on with me recently. Just kind of off the cuff, made a small list. But kind of what I'm hoping to do in 2023 from a hobby standpoint, collecting, content, you name it. You might notice the video is a little different quality this time around. I am using Photo Booth on my Mac for the first time ever. Who would have thunk it, instead of using my iPhone? So as you know, I keep it super lo-fi here. So life's been insane. My business that is outside of Pokemon has been keeping me very busy. So I appreciate everyone who continues to engage with me over on Instagram and here on YouTube. I know I am not as present as I'd like to be, but I do what I can to say hey in Discord and Instagram and YouTube live chat. So with that being said, look for more Kanto Conversations podcasts this year, other standalone live streams with me and other content creators, just hanging out, chatting, having fun. Because at the end of the day, that's really why I do content, right? Is because I love spending time with people, right? With these people, these friends of mine, that I've grown to have relationships with. So 2023 is going to be excellent. We are going to kick it off with our first in-person event in Orlando at Collecticon. I believe that's around February 25th, late February. So really amped about that. And then we'll see where we go. Just picked up my Zion case to bring everything down there. Pretty stoked. This thing is sick. It's a carry-on. It's got a pop out and it rolls, which is super sweet. So this handle pops out and it's like a roller board to bring on the plane. So super stoked for Orlando. If you can come, please do. Drop a comment below. Let me know you're coming. I'll be vending this time, so come see me. We can hang out afterwards or, after the con, late nights. It's going to be tons of fun. So really looking forward to that down in Orlando with a bunch of good folks. If you are interested in vending, I think we're pretty much sold out, but I know some people who took a full table, might just use a half. So let me know, drop a comment, shoot me an IG message, and I'll add you to the Discord we have. We have an open Discord for Collecticon planning. So I think I will probably go to Charlotte in September as well, and maybe DFW in between. I'm not sure yet, but that's going to be kind of that first half recap of the year. I'm hoping kind of after January, I'm going to have a little more time for content, a little more time for the hobby, because I do have big financial goals in the hobby this year. I did very well last year. And I want to continue that this year. It's a really fun side hustle for me. I'm going to keep it real. I have goals to do a significant amount of gross income from this hobby. And if I don't, that's fine, because it's mostly just fun, but it's a way for me to be able to travel in the hobby, be able to buy stuff I want to collect, and do a lot of fun things. So my goal is to always have the hobby self-fund itself. Since basically the boom of 2020 and beyond, it's the goal before that, but even more so now, and being very kind of strict to price points and strict to what I'm collecting. So with that being said, why don't I we'll do a couple recent pickups, and then I'll do some of the goals of next year, or of this year. Now that we're in 2023, it's January 8th. You'll be seeing this on the 9th. Man, I love doing these videos. So one quick pickup, you might have saw it on my Instagram, but Christmas Feast, it's going to be in reverse because of Photo Booth. But this is a holographic card from Diagon Alley. There are 3 Feast cards: Halloween Feast, Start of Term Feast, and Christmas Feast. They're from different sets within the Harry Potter WotC sets. I had the other 2 in 9. Now I have the 3rd. Pretty stoked on that. Kind of just indiscriminately bought this. It was whatever. Set came out in 2002. Super fun to open. Just opened some on New Year's Eve with some friends. Actually pulled both the raw, hollow, and non-hollow version of that. So pretty stoked as well to have those for the binder. But yeah, awesome card. As you can see, you got Dumbledore, McGonagall, Snape. You got, looks like Hermione there. Not sure if you can really tell who the other characters are, but really beautiful card. So stoked about that. And then one kind of snap pickup at the end of the year for myself. Haven't decided if I'm going to leave it in CGC or move it over. Was this Gun Gale Online SP. So super beautiful in my opinion. I don't have any Gun Gale SPs left in my collection. Just a binder collection at this point. So this one is really sick in my opinion, one of the best ones. So really happy with this pickup. Obviously Japanese, if you can't see that. So I'm very stoked to have this one in my SAO Universe collection. I'll also be revealing a big SAO collecting goal that I accomplished in 2022, which I'm very stoked about, and I will do a video about eventually. But at any rate, then we have I showed these off in another video, but just to recap, Sword Art Online 10th Anniversary Weiss came out in Japanese. Did very well grading in my opinion. Kept a 9.5 Asuna for my personal collection. Hit this 10 Xenon, which I usually I don't keep 10s, but with Weiss it's a little different, right? This one's in my collection for sure. Absolutely wanted to pull this card so bad, and I did, so I was stoked. And then of course many of y'all have seen I was able to pull both SECs and hit 10s very close to the black label, just off on centering with both of these. So very stoked about that as well. Sorry for the reflection there. And then last but certainly not least, we will transition into, actually no, that's it for recent pickups, that's right. Thought these are really cool as well. Sword Art Online magazine, this Mao, I forget what the magazine is actually called, but they did this special anniversary collection. This thing is beautiful inside and out. I don't really need to keep this in the plastic anymore, to be honest, because I bought 3. I sent 2 to CGC to grade because I think they'll display really well. And then yeah, this magazine is just sick. Tons of art celebrating the 10th anniversary across the anime, the manga, all sorts of really cool stuff. And then this 10th anniversary book. So I got this off, I got these ones off of eBay. This one off of Amazon Japan. Came with a dope poster. So there's a poster inside of this cover. It's also like a dust cover because it's a book. And again, this has beautiful illustrations celebrating the 10th anniversary of the anime. Just absolutely awesome. So really cool stuff from my personal collection. Just stuff I like to look through and flip through and appreciate in anime that really means a lot to me. So next up we got 2023 goals. So those were some of my pickups. 2023 goals. I've got them listed over here. So many of y'all know these are some of my more recent pickups, but I collect the 1996 Bandai Card set in PSA, BGS, and CGC 9. This we have the Jinx, the Pinsir, and the Spearow, which were some difficult ones to get. Picked these up off PWCC recently. Unfortunately, prices have been a little crazy over there. So I have 20 left in my set. So I'm about a little over 80% done, 83% done, I forget. There's like 155 cards in that set. Really, down to some of the really tough ones where, there's no 10s, there's a couple 9s. So been working on buying 8s to crack and regrade, looking for raws, OAs, and I'll be spending a lot of time on that, this year for sure, kind of focused on trying to figure out how to finish that set. It will go beyond this year, I think. That's been a long-term, multi-year goal that I've been working on. The opportunities have been there to finish the set, but I've been really trying to stay price disciplined, right? I don't want to spend, 200 plus on a 9, 20 times, to finish the set. It just doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't make financial sense. Just because you can do something does not mean you should. So I've also been, I don't have one handy, or do I? Oh yeah, there's one right here. 97 prisms. So I'm not going for the full 97 card ass set, but I am going to do all the prisms and 9s. I just need a couple more of those. The hardest one is going to be the Mew, which is sort of a prism. It was kind of like a extra hollow at the end. So that and the Mewtwo were like that. But I think I need the Eevee, the Clefairy, maybe the Kabutops, and then the Mew. So almost done with that. There's only like a dozen prisms or something. That's a fun one to work on. I had and sold and now don't have the one piece to my, you can see back here, Southern Islands collection that I still need. I mean, there's always like bits and pieces that kind of relate to Southern Islands that I like, but the core piece I need is a sealed English Southern Islands binder, so always looking for that. This year I'm going to be working on a Himeno binder. So kind of reorienting. I have like a bunch of my favorite Himeno cards in one of my binders, but I want to go soup to nuts, beginning to end, every Himeno card. Probably do it in Japanese, maybe mix in some English. There's some Japanese exclusives like the Nat Awake, Pikachu, and things like that. So I think I'll, me being a Japanese collector, I'll focus on Japanese and then, go from there. Fill in some English perhaps. Some will be very difficult, more expensive, but a lot of those are going to be pretty easy, but it's a fun long-term goal. So put a really nice binder together of Himeno. Just brought my Himeno board to a frame shop to get framed. So shout out to Zach Gem Mint, who gave me some pointers on how he had framed his. He has one of the other ones. I think we know like 4 of them that exist. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's pinned on my Instagram. It's literally that one piece in my collection that I will keep forever. So I was very nervous dropping it off, but I framed really high end art before and other items, and the folks I left it with are pros. So feel good about that. Another goal of mine that I might accomplish this year is a Japanese Gym Challenge booster box. Second to that would be a Japanese Jungle booster box. One of those is something I really, really want in my collection at some point. May consolidate down some single cards to be able to put into that, or see how well funding from the hobby goes, and how well my outside business goes. Right, I don't really bring money from outside into the hobby, or try not to, unless it's just like capital I'm putting up for grading and stuff that, most of it is funded from the hobby anyway, but I don't really think about it like that. Like I don't have separate accounts. But in my head, I think about it that way. So we'll see how I do there. Then Pokemon Yellow is a graded in a plus or better seal, 9.0 or better WADA, with the early ESRB, the pixelated one. That's another goal. A lot of these are like not necessarily 2023. They're just some things on my hit list I like to share. I think it's fun. Couple other things. I would really love a Japanese shiny Noctowl and a 9. Same with Not Awake Pikachu, and then some non-item goals, this is an item goal, but I want to grade a black label. I want to hit a black label on something with Beckett this year. I have a couple other Weiss and Harry Potter goals as well. I want to go to 4 more events this year and really focus on spending, personal money collecting in the hobby. I would rather spend it on those events. So if I only get 1 or no things off this list this year, but I get to go to 4, 5, 6 events, travel, have a lot of fun with other collectors in the hobby, that's way more important to me. And then, just staying super disciplined with myself collecting, with price points and all that. And then I do want to grade a bunch of cards again this year with all three grading companies. I would like to grade a couple hundred largely with CGC, and then maybe some with PSA, and then a handful with Beckett as well. So not sure on the numbers yet or what my goals are there. I could really ramp up that volume if the hobby stays healthy this year, and I think it makes a lot of sense to be grading that many raw cards. So that's something I'm gonna be working on as well. So there's some goals for this year, but largely, it's the non-material ones, right? I gave a list because those are fun things to talk about, but the biggest goal in the hobby is to go to a bunch of events, have a bunch of fun times with folks. And if I have to choose between spending money on an experience and spending money on a sealed Southern Islands, binder, I'm 100%, a million times out of a million, going to choose the event. So, but I've been blessed to be put in a position where the hobby gets to, the hobby funds a lot of the travel and things I do. And I don't have to really think about it that much, which is awesome. Really, really blessed to be in that situation. So, anywho, those are some goals for this year. Like I said, I'm really hoping after this month that things can kind of ramp up and get a little more in the wheelhouse with the with collecting and get a little bit focused on it. But my business is super important to me right now. We're doing some really amazing stuff. So outside of that, couple things, other things I wanted to go over. Many of you saw I did just get my account suspended on Instagram, which was super upsetting because I realized how many of you I only can communicate with through Instagram. So I have a backup account. It's 585 Pokemon. So as many of y'all know, Rock Pokemon is for Rochester, New York, where I'm from. 585 is our area code. So 585 Pokemon is my backup. So please shoot me a follow there. I'll throw it in the description as well. But if any of y'all ever have the issue where your account gets suspended, there are a lot of resources out there. I Googled a bunch. I found several emails to send emails to. I found a bunch of different forms on the Meta Facebook website to fill out. And then I was actually even able to get to an actual human at Meta via the commerce support chat. So there's kind of some ways, if you have ever, I had on my personal Instagram, I had boosted some posts related to some blogs I had done in the past, spend $5 on an ad, see how it goes. And because of that, I had a commerce profile linked to my burner Facebook, and through that I was able to actually get to a live chat person, and they escalated it. So basically after 24 hours I got my account back, long story short. So I'd love to make a how-to, but I basically just was tenacious and OCD about it and just did 17 things, and it worked. So but I can help. And there's some great blogs out there of people who have done it before. It's a little scary, to get cut off for no reason from your friends and your community, but the worst things could happen. So, but I'm glad that I got it back, and super stoked on how supportive people were when I threw up the backup account, and everyone was reposting and pushing people to me, and got reconnected with a lot of my friends. So that was cool. So anywho, that is a problem lately. So I would recommend, if you are a content creator or simply have a Pokemon page where you share and you connect with a lot of people, maybe consider making a backup. It's super important. And then last thing I will touch on is, I did say I'll be vending at at Orlando Collecticon, which I'm super stoked about. Going to have a bunch of slabs, some binders, raw cards, maybe some sealed products too. Going to be really fun. I did get to vend 2 events in December locally in Rochester. One was at the Lucky Flea, which is basically a big flea market that is mostly vintage clothes. It's for kind of, folks my age, kind of in between, 20 and 40 mostly. Super fun, really good time. They do it outside in the summer and then inside in the winter. And that was amazing. I had the best time. I had 2 6-foot tables in kind of an L shape, and I had people at the booth the whole time. Sold a little bit, a good amount, which for that, it was a lot of hours and a lot of work, but it was so fun to engage with folks. So for those of you who I met, you know who you are, and I am super stoked that I got to spend time with you there in person. And then I did another small event at Pop Rock, which is a local comic shop and eatery. They do some kind of like nerd-themed food and drink. Lot less foot traffic there. With the Lucky Flea, tons, 1,000 people are going to come anyway or whatever. But Pop Rock, less volume, but did it, Rock Games, Mega Guru were there as well. Shauna from Rock Games was vending, and some of the folks were working with her. So we had a really good time regardless. So all that to be said, vending events is far more fun when your friends are with you. So that's why I'm so stoked for Orlando. But yeah, y'all, that is just kind of an update on me. Like I said, I really do want to be spending a lot of time on making valuable content. I have many, many goals for more financial literacy videos, for community-based videos, for live chats, for podcasts, things I really want to do. But sometimes you just have to sacrifice the really fun things in life to focus on some things that are, really important for some other goals you're trying to achieve. So, and like I've said, not to beat a dead horse, but what I've been working on with my real business, with my profession, is super important to me. And sometimes you have to just stay really hyper focused on those things. So I appreciate everyone who still hangs out, comes out, live chats, Instagram, you name it. So we're working towards 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. I'm hoping that happens this year. That's another goal for sure for 2023, is to hit 1,000 here on YouTube. So would be really great to just hit that milestone and just feel like I'm a little more established on YouTube. So, but with that comes the need to bring valuable content. So let me know down in the comments below what y'all want to see from this channel this year. I'm an open book. I'm happy to do videos on anything and everything, really, within reason. I don't really like to comment on controversy and make content around kind of some of the things happening in the space. I will touch on them in podcasts sometimes, but I try to stay away from that, try to keep some positivity here and focus, moving forward, and don't really like to associate myself with people who are just creating strife and negativity. So we're definitely going to keep it positive here on the channel all year long. We'll be having a lot of fun. It's shiny cardboard, y'all. It ain't that serious. So as always, I am Connor from Rock Pokemon. Thanks for watching Market Monday. It's January 9th for y'all. Appreciate you watching, and stay tuned. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up. I got some Beckett returns coming back. Might do some more CGC subs. Like I said, we got Orlando, so we'll have some fun stuff leading up to that. Canto Conversations podcast. Might have a few other people just live on the channel ad hoc. I'll be on some other people's channels coming up, so stay on the lookout. Subscribe, like, share, comment below. Links are all in the description. Y'all are the best. So have a great day, great week, crush your goals, and as always, collect what you love, but do it intelligently. See y'all soon.